A mission against the evil empire, President Ronald Reagan. The United States was involved in the confrontation with the Soviet Union since the aftermath of the Second World War. Their rivalry started in Europe, where each of them imposed their own social model and political dominance on the countries that they occupied while fighting together against Germany. Soon the confrontation spread over the globe. The Soviet Union incited the colonial peoples to rebel against their European masters, who were the American proteges. The United States feared the domino effect, meaning the crumbling of the established international order in case the rebels were allowed to gain victory in any country. According to the doctrine of communism rollback, the Americans opposed the national liberation movements in China, Korea, Egypt, Vietnam, Angola, Cuba, and everywhere. In Europe, the United States professed the doctrine of containment, brandishing the nuclear weapon and threatening to strike the Soviet Union if it moved on Central and Western Europe. Rollback and containment were discussed in detail and implemented meticulously. The colossal economic and military resources were spent to carry them out. The results were rather negative. The colonial system collapsed, the communists took over China, and the United States was fought to a deadlock in Korea and defeated in Vietnam. The problem with the American strategies was their impersonal character. They were exercises of the professional politicians, scholars, and military more than somebody's mission. Everything changed in 1981 when Ronald Reagan became the president of the United States. The strategy of the direct offensive on the evil empire changed containment and rollback of communism. A former actor, Reagan assimilated it as his mission. He destroyed the Soviet economy by dropping the oil prices of Soviet exports. He destabilized the Soviet allies in Europe by supporting the opposition. He challenged the Soviet military with the program of Star Wars and other high-tech arms. In 10 years, the Soviet Union was pushed to its knees and ultimately destroyed.